What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into a pretty entertaining episode of Friday Night SmackDown that saw a surprise at the end. What did you think of the show, Matthew?
There were surprises, honestly, throughout the whole show, man. There were a few good surprises, actually. So before we actually kick things off, there were a few producers that actually even said, even before the show, that this is a not want to miss SmackDown. And after the show, man, I clearly see why. Probably one of the best SmackDowns we've seen in so long, especially a surprise return and just multiple surprises. I don't think we really expected to see this. And it was something that we actually really needed, especially when it comes to Bray Wyatt. So 2 weeks after a surprise return, seeing somebody come to the aid of Liv Morgan, Tegan Nox. So it's actually a women's championship tag team match. Damage Control taking on Liv Morgan and Tegan Nox. Bailey, of course, ringside. Now, this match was nothing fancy, nothing incredible, but it was something worthwhile to watch. I think the turning point here was where Tegan Nox was actually outside the ring looking to go back in the ring from being thrown outside by I think it was Io Sky. Now, what actually happened as Tegan Nox went to go back into the ring, Jessica Carr, the official, was actually I think she was attending Io Sky, who pretended she was
Distracted, yeah.
seriously injured.
Yep.
So Bailey actually went to attack Tegan Nox, and Tegan Nox reversed it, throwing Bailey into the barricade. As Tegan Nox was just about to move away from the barricade, somebody attacks her in a black hoodie, and that person later on is set to be Xia Li. Very, very interesting. Xia Li back on SmackDown. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But going back in the ring, nothing that we would really expect. New women's tag team championships. Damage Control defeated Nox and Liv Morgan. Something totally not blown out of the water, but a crazy surprise from Xia Li, who we ended up seeing who it was later on in the night. But let's talk about Bailey and Michael Cole, man. They just won't stop the shenanigans.
Dude, they're going back and forth. This was a great way to kick off the show. Very action-packed, high-energetic matchup between these two tag teams. Damage Control looking strong in a new package, Xia Li, man. I think this could do bright things for her future, and it was certainly an entertaining way to kick off the show.
Let's talk about a bright future, okay? Let's talk about possibly the future. All right. Let's talk about Bray Wyatt. Let's talk about LA Knight.
Oh, here we
Bray
go.
Wyatt being called out to the ring by LA Knight, who was just furious from the abduction backstage last week and the weeks prior. LA Knight's just having no more part of it. So Bray Wyatt comes out kind of asserting dominance on LA Knight. Knight actually attacking him and beat him down in the corner until a pre-taped video of Uncle Howdy aired, kind of ended with, "You want to see something really scary?" That's what Uncle Howdy says. And all of a sudden, from there, Uncle Howdy stepped out onto the stage, smoke, black smoke, man, just emancipating throughout the arena, leaving everybody confused. LA Knight ran out of the ring, scared crapless, man.
Oh, he
What
definitely shit himself, man. It was
what
awesome.
a way to introduce Uncle Howdy in person. I'm sure everybody in the arena was scared shitless. I definitely was watching,
Oh
but
yeah,
this
me
is certainly
too.
something that everybody's kind of gonna sink their teeth into in the next few weeks. Was he there to help Bray Wyatt? Was he there to help LA Knight? Not really sure, but we know now that Bray Wyatt isn't the same person as Uncle Howdy.
Oh, that's a fact, man. The crowd was buzzing. Twitter was popping off, man. The roof was just blowing off the place. Uncle Howdy made his official debut on SmackDown.
Mm.
It's not Bray Wyatt. It's a whole different character entirely. And I cannot wait to see what they do with these two. And if Bray Wyatt has an ally or a foe, we'll just have to wait and see.
Speaking of two, let's talk about Ricochet versus Gunther, which is an Intercontinental Championship match. Let's talk about Ricochet after defeating Ali, Strowman, Santos Escobar. I can name them all in the SmackDown World Cup, facing against Gunther for that Intercontinental Championship. Imagine the upset. We'll get to that. So Gunther with the upper hand, come back from a break. Ricochet actually slowly starts to gain that upper hand. Took him down with a nice, I think it was a brainbuster, a beautiful shooting star press. Ricochet, man, he's like, I could just watch him go for hours. I could just watch him go for
Oh, dude, his
hours.
athleticism is just unmatched on the roster.
But you know what? It wasn't anything where I was going to expect him to take the L. Gunther, I'm talking about. He did defeat Ricochet to retain. And they are talking about Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. That could be a possibility.
Oh, that would be an excellent match. Imagine a Gunther trying to hit one of those chops on Brock Lesnar, man. That would just echo throughout the arena. Those two behemoths going at it. So that could be a dream match in many people's eyes.
Absolutely. So our next segment of the night before we get into our next matchup, Adam Pearce was actually summoned to Roman Reigns' locker room backstage where he and both Paul Heyman negotiated the tag team match, pitting the tribal chief Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn against Owens and a mystery partner
I
of
wonder
Kevin
who it could
Owens
be.
on the December 30th episode of Friday Night SmackDown. Now, who is supposed to return to the December 30th episode of Friday Night SmackDown?
Big match, John. Here he comes,
Big
baby.
match, John. Could it be John Cena, though?
Oh, I don't know, man. We'll just have to wait and see. Stay tuned for this video, man.
We're gonna have to wait and see. So it's not next week's SmackDown, the week after. So
Yes.
2 weeks down. So we get a triple threat tag team match: Hit Row, Viking Raiders, and Legado del Fantasma. Totally up for this. Totally up for seeing these tag teams kind of fight to the death. You know what I mean? Honestly, a very action-packed, heavy-hitting matchup with these. It was a lot of fun. You know, they're always not so fluid, but these three teams they can put on a show. Hit Row defeated the Viking Raiders and Legado del Fantasma. I think this was the right call. Hit Row has been seen a little lost lately. Viking Raiders with their, their uprise. It's very hard, even Legado del Fantasma, right? They're new. Everybody here is kind of new. So we kind of have to see, okay, who here is going to be the dominating tag team on SmackDown, and Hit Row certainly showed that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think it was a big win for Hit Row. Really established them as a major tag team on Friday Night SmackDown. But you know what? Let's just get right to our main event segment because that's what everybody wants to hear about.
Let's do it.
We have Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, with his bloodline coming out, looking to celebrate the honorary Uso, Sammy Uso, and Sammy with a new look, man, looking sharp.
Absolutely, kind of bringing up Kevin Owens, a problem that is slowly starting to plague the bloodline. All right. Sami Zayn, he's not happy with what's kind of going down, especially with what we were talking about earlier. Who could be that mystery partner for Kevin Owens? Kind of reiterating the tag team match set for December 30th, like I just said, before John Cena appeared on the video screen. Actually read a supposed text from Kevin Owens and revealed he would compete on December 30th to keep his 20-year streak of WWE matches alive. So who is it? Big Match John.
Here he is, man. You can't see me. The crowd didn't see that coming, man. They were ecstatic. We're going to see John Cena wrestle on the December 30th episode of Friday Night SmackDown, man. And I think he's going to pick up a win with Kevin Owens, and the roof is just going to blow off the place.
Oh, man, this is going to be great. The text message from John, that was just hey, Peacemaker.
He still got it, man.
He still got it. And you know what? He's gonna give us the fight. I'm not sure if he's going for a championship. I think he's just going for that one more WWE Universe run. He's not going for no championship. I think he's just going one more for the
fans, really, yeah.
And the fans. I don't think he cares for a championship.
You know what? I'm just excited to see him. I cannot wait for him to wrestle with Kevin Owens. That's one formidable tag team, both former champions, man. And you know what? I cannot wait to see the Bloodline take a hot L from Kevin Owens and John Cena.
If they did take the L, that would be interesting.
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. You heard it here first. One thing is for sure. This episode of Friday Night SmackDown was action packed with action throughout. Let us know what you guys thought about the show. Always like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you Tuesday with a Monday Night Raw recap. Until then, peace out.
Adios.